Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So what I have here today is one of Jetour's newest models. So this is the all-new X70 Lightning IDM. So this is actually the plug-in hybrid electric version of the X70 Plus, just beside on camera. Now this being based on the X70 Plus model, you can see a lot of cute changes now up front, but the design language is still exactly the same. You get LED lights, and I know I am not a fan of chrome, but I do love this silver setup here on the grille of this X70 Lightning. You get the same amount of ground clearance, I think around 180 millimeters. Apologies if there's some noise you can hear on the background because there's a lot going on right now in this show. And speaking of, I'd like to thank everyone here at Jetour Auto EDSA Centris and to Sir Tristan for making this review possible. Now, visual cue change too with this X70 model besides up at front. So if you look at the side profile, it is exactly the same. But for some reason, you get smaller 19-inch wheels and beefier tires because the X70 Plus model gets 20s. Underneath the hood of this all-new X70 Lightning IDM, well, still you have the same 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, but this time mated to a 19.4 kilowatt-hour battery. So the engine alone produces 154 horsepower and 220 newton meters of torque. So combined output, you have a whopping 266 horsepower and 395 newton meters of torque. That is way more than the dashing PHEV. So I have a separate review of that. Check it out on my channel. Knowing what the dashing IDM can do, I expect this to be a little bit more fun and crazier. Now here at the rear of this X70 Lightning IDM, you still have the Audi-esque vibes here at the rear, especially with this long LED light bar. And now an addition, Lightning IDM badge here beside the X70. Now with both this X70 Lightning and X70 Plus models, you can see a little bit of changes here too at the rear because this does not have the quadruple exhaust anymore, and as I said earlier, additional badge. And open the boot up of this. Whoops, I didn't click it. There you go. Apologies. So like before, you have a very small amount of boot space if and only all of the seats are up. So this is around like 75 liters. And what's cool with this X70 Lightning, unlike that of the T2 IDM, this comes as standard with a V2L adapter. Yes, so if you want to act this as a very large power bank or even charge your house, this X70 Lightning will do the job. And few gubbins here, you have like under storages, yep, like for your tire repair kit and for extra plates if you want. And on the left side, you have a 12-volt socket. And fold this third row down, you have a much larger boot space now. And if you fold all of the seats down now, it extends to a total of 1,680 liters. And like that of the T2 IDM, these are your charging ports, and not to surprise, this is still running on a GBT, but at least you do have a fast charger available. So this is the interior now of this all-new Jetour X70 Lightning IDM. What an upgrade compared with the regular X70 non-hybrid models. It feels so much more premium in here. And what can I say as well? With these door cards, it looks and feels that I'm in a Euro vehicle. And how about this? You get your seat adjustments right here, along too with your Sony speakers and for your heat and seat ventilations. This car keeps getting better by the minute. Here too with the steering wheel, it's very nice to the touch now. And joking enough, like before I said with the T2, I thought this was an SF logo, but that's actually your JT logo, JNT Express. Just kidding. You get as well tilt and telescopic for the steering wheel, which is nice. And then here on the left side, you get ambient light and an array of buttons like for your tailgate, electronic stability control, parking sensor, headlight leveler adjustment, and for opening the fuel filler cap. And another upgrade too, these are now dominated by two 10.25-inch screens, one for your instrument cluster and here for your infotainment system. For your instrument cluster, now you can see there is a fuel meter and a battery meter now at the same time. Now, we go back to the steering wheel. I find this a little actually surreal to use because, of course, you get your regular buttons here for your phone connectivity and for your adaptive cruise control functions. So I was wondering, how do you adjust the instrument cluster? Watch this. So this is actually a touch-sensitive control. I like that. It's not even hard to use compared to the, say, like that of Volkswagen's but it either controls the instrument cluster and the infotainment system itself. And further down the center console, you get two Type A USB ports, and on the other side, a 12-volt socket. And this Jetour X70 Lightning comes as standard with a dongle. So that means you can connect your Apple and Android devices. But hey, if you're like me, if you're a bit lazy, you can just simply use your Carbit mirror link. And here you have your 540 around view monitor. Resolution is really crystal clear. The response time is pretty quick too for what this is. I like it. And of course, being the new top of the line model of the X70 Lightning, there's a lot of safety features with this vehicle. And going back to the dashboard, it feels so nice. You have this leather that stretches all the way to the right side, along to with more ambient line. Glove box, yeah, that's pretty okay. And you get triple air conditioning vents here, and your climate control panel is now touchscreen. So I like that. So off, on, and at least you still have knobs like for controlling the temperature and your fan speed controls. Further here in the center, you get your wireless charging pad, gear lever, an array of buttons for your usual electronic parking brake, auto hold function, hill descent control, and a very nice swivel wheel that can control the media, volume, and former adjusting here to the infotainment system. If in case you don't want to touch while you're driving, you can just simply control it here. That's a nice touch by Jetour. Cup holder that can as well house your keys. Center console, there's as well a cooling function just inside with a decent amount of space. Big highlight here, you have a two-tone scheme here with the leather seats, brown and white. And just first time I literally sat in here with this X70 Lightning. You get butterfly headrest and it's so comfortable. And I think this will be one of the most comfortable Jetours that I will try out, and probably the fastest too. Above here, you get your light controls, and as well for the panoramic sunroof that stretches all the way to the second row. Visor, you get a vanity mirror with LED light. How about that? Oh no, they don't extend, but hey. Now here at the second row of this X70 Lightning, here in the door card, pretty much the same like the ones in front. And there's a lot more changes now compared with the Plus, a regular Plus model rather. The space here is pretty good. Wait a moment. So this is my regular driving position. So feet, knee room, and if you want to stretch, it's really good. And despite the sunroof rather, oh yeah, look at that. I have a lot of headroom. Remember, I am 5'4", so 6-footers will definitely be safe here at the rear. And get two map pockets on either side. And here in the middle, you get one of each type. A Type-C USB port, and it's a fast port 2 and 2 air conditioning vents. Sadly, nothing else down here, but hey, what I need to complain about? In the seats here, just as good as the ones in front. And there's there's a central armrest here. Don't worry, just wrapped here in plastic. And of course, to a lovely touch with this sunroof because it's very nice here to sit at the rear. And getting to the third row, it's like your usual X70 models. Just pull these latches on either side. And voila, you are here in the third row. And yeah, this is one of the, or lack thereof, tie supports of any third row I've ever experienced so far. But if it's just here to go to point A and B in a short trip, this will just do the job. Yeah, but the feet room actually is, and knee room is really good. But again, just the size support. So it's a little bit hard to stretch out to. Headroom, just enough for me since, of course, to accommodate the sunroof itself. But I'm okay here as long as it's only short. And you get, what are the toys here actually? You only get cup holders on either side. There's not even a set of USB ports actually. But I think 3 people here, like of my size only, can sit here at the rear with ease. So, right. Let's get behind the wheel. First impression immediately, like all hybrid, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles too. The brakes a little bit mushy and hard for obvious reasons because it has to recuperate all of that energy. And a little bit surreal now we're driving an X70 that is running on electricity alone. I have not heard or felt the engine kick in just yet. Oh my god, these brakes are really strong. And the bite's really high, so you have to watch out for that in case and only you're going to drive this as your first ever vehicle. And the steering, like most of the Jetours, is really light. But hey, it's very easy to maneuver around in the, but like here, around in Centris only. And going over humps is actually pretty comfortable too. That's what I praise too, like with the X70 models. Even though now this is the hybrid, you can feel it soaks up all the bumps and humps really well. Tire noise is just a little bit present, but hey, it's not too bad compared to the 20s of the regular Plus model. Let's try now sport mode here on the side. So it's currently still in HEV mode. I have not heard still the engine kick in apart from now. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that's pretty decent. So you have a total of 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.7 seconds. So I think it feels like this. Yep, that's quick. Wow. So it's very smooth on the delivery. It's not like in your face with some other new energy vehicles that are tried out in this segment, but it's still very punchy to say the least. And that is just in driving sport mode. So let's just go back to, no, actually, let's go back to normal mode. So the only way you can change the driving modes, I think, is just here in the infotainment system. This feels actually really solid. So it's kind of like with other Chinese brands that have this similar drivetrain. I can't help, it's really smooth. I like it. And turning circle, just about made it on a 2-lane. Okay, so at least it's tight nevertheless, even though you have a very light and actually somewhat quick steering ratio. And you can feel a lot of body lean, but hey, it's given. It's not meant to be like a European brand that I drive here all the time. Yeah, over humps too is pretty solid. Well, actually not solid in the term, but rather it's really soft over all of this. So it's very comfortable. And actually, I'll be honest, this feels a lot more refined than the regular X70 models, even though I have never driven the X70 Plus non-hybrid model. Touché. But as this, I think the successor of those models, this is really good. And as well, I forgot to mention too, this one's mated to a 2-speed direct hybrid transmission. It's not the usual 1 or 3 like with some other models out there. So of course, if you're planning to drive this on the highway, the power will be quicker. That's what I like to with 2-speed direct hybrid transmissions. There's a like a low speed gear and then a high speed gear, so everything smoothens out whilst being a little bit quicker on the acceleration at the same time. And with eco mode, this is what I like. Unlike some other new energy vehicles out there, you have enough charge, I can just literally flick this to EV mode within an instant. So literally we're just on EV mode. And there's regen braking as well with some numerous adjustments. I think this is, this is level 3 charge. So 12 kilometers per hour, constantly downhill. So there's some braking going on. And I love this, of course, the seat ventilations too, because today is a very hot day. This has no tint. Under the sun the whole day, the cabin got cold really fast. And as well, one of the few plug-in hybrid electric vehicles that is a 7-seater. How about that? So I've been told by Sir Tim, if you want to go a bit quicker and actually to charge this car a little bit faster, leave it in mandatory mode because intelligent mode is a little bit too slow. And of course, as stated with the EV mode earlier, okay, we're still in EV, like it says here, 7% power. The engine has not kicked in yet. I like it. So go a bit quicker. So you have a bit of body, but handling is actually pretty solid. Oh, wow. This is just EV mode. Right? So again, at the stop. 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, that's what you have to watch out for if you're in EV mode. It will tend to skid its tires a lot. So okay, so whatever driving mode you are in, whether as EV or hybrid mode, oh wow, it's it's pretty damn quick. So the 0 to 100 of 7.7 seconds is very much believable, as to say. Now, as well, for the cost of all of this, I was expecting this to be the near 2 million pesos, but Jetour has proven us wrong. This one stands at 1,648,000 pesos. For a 7-seater plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, I don't think there's any better crossover at the moment. Well, again, I'd like to thank everyone here at Jetour Auto Centris and to Sir Tim for making this test drive review possible. And hopefully we can catch again here soon with the T2 IDM, because you all know by now I literally just drove it around the car park. So I want to see on how it performs here around Centris. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more Jetour reviews coming right up. Bye-bye.